Casey, I am going to be your tour guide this morning. Cats should be pretty active. It's a nice day. Yesterday was very hot, so they were not quite active yesterday. Now that it's more cooler than yesterday, they should be pretty fun. They do prefer rain, believe it or not. So, yeah, they should be good today. Just a couple rules before we do get started. All of our cats, they don't like repetitive noises, so refrain from the kitty, 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 clicking, kissing. They don't care for it. They're like your stray cats. They'll just kind of ignore you. More so, they will probably ignore us anyway. They're felines. They're very good at that. Their mentality is, if I can't see you, you can't see me. Alright, other than that, stay on the tram at all times. If you do, for some reason, need to switch around your seat with someone, please let me know in advance. I don't want to drive off without you. You might get left back there. Okay. Other than that, keep all hands, feet, anything like that in the vicinity of the tram here. We do have a few tree branches that hang here and there. We do our best to avoid them, at least I do. So you guys should be good as long as you're not hanging off the tram. Other than that, you can ask as many questions as you would like. Feel free to kind of interrupt or raise your hand. I do my best to keep an eye on you guys to answer all questions as much as possible. And you can take as many pictures and videos as you want. They do know their names and they do love to hear how pretty they are and how much you love them. So we'll see all the cats.
Sit up there with you.
Yeah, all the cats are from this side, so I might block your view just a little bit.
Okay.
All the other animals we talk about will be from that side.
The cats are on my side?
Yes.
Oh, here, switch me, because this is what she wanted to do for her birthday, so hold up.
No.
Cats are on this side.
Otherwise, I'll just be like,
Well, I've got the same thing over here. Yeah.
We're going to be starting with our pasture animals, actually. I think some of you have met Hollywood today.
Handsome boy.
Yes, we
He
took
gained
pictures
weight
with
loss.
Hollywood. He stood there like a big boy. Oh, yeah.
He gained weight so much. Y'all take it pretty good.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see here. Where everyone can see where we're at. So Hollywood is our horse, if you have not already met or heard about him. He is 32 years old, so he is an old man. And he has been here for 10 years. He was actually originally brought in to be cat food. They wanted to feed him to our lions and tigers. Oh, wow. We do not do that with horse meat or any animal brought in alive. If they're brought alive, they will stay alive. We do take care of all of our animals, not just big cats. These are here for good. They are never going to be food. Even after they do pass naturally, they'll never be food at that point. They'll actually be respected even after they're passing. We do have a graveyard on property where all of our animals do get properly buried here. So he's a retired trail horse. He can't be rode anymore with his age and how much he was rode throughout his entire life. But he's actually getting one of his old friends from his past times here soon in the sanctuary. So sometime we're going to have 2 horses out here. You guys will have to come back later in the year and see if he's here. How long have you guys been open here?
That's
We've been on this property since 2011. Yeah, so quite a few years now. And then we do have more than just Hollywood out there, way back there by the road. Those 2 big black blobs kind of from here. That is 2 steers, Elvis and Ferdinand. They are 9 years old, so they are about 6 years past their prime to be turned into your New York steak strip. So they'll never be food either. They were kind of a similar story to Hollywood. They were rescues. They were brought in to be food, but we don't do that. As I said, with the live animals, if they were put down the old-fashioned way beforehand, we probably would have, but we don't do the dirty work here. And way to the left, the one laying down as well, you can kind of see a white patch on his neck. That is Llama Llama the llama. He causes a lot of llama drama. He likes to spit at Hollywood over here. Hollywood can't spit back, so he just kind of has to take it and move on. Don't recommend trying to pet Llama Llama, because some kids learned last week the hard way. He does spit, and he's very good at aiming. The parents kind of just let it happen, so they knew what was going to happen there. But Llama Llama's pretty cool. He came in from a mom and pop shop as a 2-for-1 rescue deal with some of our wolf dogs, actually. If you've been outside, you might have heard them barking or howling throughout this morning. But we're actually going to go get to meet some of them right now. Any questions about our pasture animals? No. All right. If Hollywood is along the fence line, feel free to go say hello to him after the tour.
sorry.
Ozzy, Shadow. Alright, so if you guys look way over there in between those two trees, you can see Shadow poked her head up. She has great camouflage, so she is pretty hard to see when she's not moving.
I do not.
Right there by the tree.
Ozzy, Shadow. Ozzy! Usually this guy's very protective over his territory, so I'm surprised he's not right up here barking at us yet. Usually if he hears us, though, he might be snoozing. There he is.
Oh, yeah,
Now he's up. Ozzy!
Oh.
Hey, Ozzy!
Audrey!
Hi, Ozzy. Hi, baby.
That's why they had dogs in.
All our honor pass by here.
He's a wolf.
Yes, so him and his sister, that is his sister behind him, Miss Shadow, they're brother and sister. They are full-blood timber wolves, actually.
Wow.
So he does bark like a normal dog.
I was like, he literally sounds like my
yes.
German Shepherd.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be a great guard wolf, but he wouldn't be a great house dog at all. So Ozzy and Shadow, they came in separately, although they are from the same litter. They were owned together. They came in from a breeder who would breed timber wolves and let them out as pets. It is legal to have wolves as pets now. But yeah, originally the family that had these two, the husband of the family had passed away, and so the wife could no longer take care of both of them. So she actually brought in Miss Shadow here at just 6 months old to us and surrendered her. Kept Ozzy for the next year, so they were split up from each other for a year. After he got big and very crazy and ambitious, she decided he's a lot of work and couldn't put up with him any longer either. So she brought in Ozzy a year after Shadow. We did reunite them, as you can see. He's a very big protector to his sister there.
So
He said-
can you guys touch him?
No, we do go in the enclosures with our wolves and wolf dogs. We don't go in the enclosures with our cats. But
Right, but I mean
with
with
these
the
two, especially Ozzy, we do have to have two people at all times, because if we turn our backs on Ozzy or we just make the wrong move, he will run up behind us and literally bite us in the butt. He is a butt nipper. Shadow, she's the opposite. She stays as far away as possible. She doesn't like people. She's very timid, very shy. But you can see her colors are perfect camouflage out here, especially in the shadows.
They look
Her
like
name
a
suits her.
husky.
Yes, he does look a little bit like a husky. He's a little bit bigger than one. I can confirm that. Our fence inside, he jumps up on it, and he's taller than I am. I'm 5'11".
Wow.
He's a big boy up close.
Wolves are legal in Missouri to have as pets?
Not anymore. I think they were at one point. Same with your big cats. They used to be legal as pets. Now they are not. And it's for good reasons. Bye, buddy.
Bye, Ozzy.
No, that's
Alright. We'll see if his neighbors are out. We do have two wolf dogs over here. I will say they're very antisocial to our tours as of lately. Let's see them. Miko, Dakota. Miko, Dakota. No one? Alright. They're probably hiding in their bedrooms, of course. They always do for our tours. They look a little bit like Ozzy, just a little bit smaller and leaner. They are part husky, part gray wolf, so they are hybrids. They are bigger than your average husky. They are just as crazy, if not more so. But in Missouri, there was recently a bill that passed that does consider your wolf dogs, your hybrids, as legal domesticated dogs. So hopefully in the future, we're not gonna keep them here if we can. We do want them to go out to loving homes. That just will take a lot of work, and they won't make great house dogs as they've been outside all of their lives. But we will be able to adopt these guys out later this year or early next year, hopefully. Put on applications online. We'll have to do background checks, but we're hoping to get them some fun loving homes where they can get the proper attention they deserve and all the training they deserve. But they do get lots of it out here when we can. They already got their breakfast this morning from me, so they're like, yeah, no, we know you're not here. Alright, now we're moving on to our big old kitty cats. Charlie!
same place you live?
Charlie's
Charles!
Yeah.
Charles!
We heard him when we was up here earlier. We heard him making a howling.
Route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That
a noisy guy.
sound like a cow.
Look how big that is. Oh,
Charlie!
Mark, here's
Oh,
a
here's
tiger.
one.
Charles! Charlie boy! He's like, yeah, it's morning nap time.
Look at that
Funny.
tail.
Hi, Charlie.
So Charlie is our biggest cat. He is a liger, so
Yeah.
he is a lion-tiger hybrid. He's perfectly half and half, 50% lion, 50% tiger. So the reason your ligers are as big as they are the only big cats that get this big. It is called growth dysplasia. So your male lions and your female tigers do not carry a specific gene that stops them from growing. So your well-bred, fully, tigers, they don't get as big. Your full-bred lions do not get as big because the female lion and the male tigers do carry that gene. So
Besides
when you
that mouth.
when you take a male lion and a female tiger without that gene, their cubs do grow and grow and grow. So that is why your ligers get so big. Good morning, Charlie. There we go.
Hi, Charlie.
Look at his head.
Charles. Charlie. You gonna come say hi?
Come on, Chuck.
Charles.
He's just tired.
Charlie.
Look at the tiger watching us march.
So Charlie is 17 years
He was
old. He's a
staring
bit of
at
an
us.
old man. Typically, your big cats don't reach past 10 or 12 years of age in the wild. Your hybrids do not occur in the wild. They are strictly man-made because your lions and tigers are actually completely on different continents. They will never interbreed out in the wild. But Charlie, he was raised in a garage for basically the beginning of his whole life. He spent his first 8 years in a garage as a pet. He came in here. He actually came with a brother who's no longer with us, sadly. But whenever Charlie came in, he was super eager to mark everything here as his territory, where his brother was a little skittish about coming out. They had never really seen grass before.
How long does the hybrids live for? Do they live longer? Or?
They can, sometimes they do get more health issues because they usually have bad hearts with their size. It is harder on their overall, all their
Size of
organs.
them.
He can have joint issues. Right now he's doing great, being a big
He's
boy.
how old?
17.
17,
And where does he sleep at? Like in the winter?
wherever. He's got that whole shed back there as his bedroom.
Oh, he's got a shed.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
'cause I
shed is
didn't
his
know
bedroom.
That was his. I didn't know that was all
You'll
connected.
see with our other cats, they don't have ginormous sheds like him because he is the biggest cat. They all have extra bedrooms.
But they
You'll see up
do
close.
have enclosures to go into out of the shelter.
Yep.
Out
So
of
we give them hay in their rooms. He usually takes about 6 bales of hay. Cleaning his bedroom is terrible. I will say that it's worse than your cat's litter box at home. They're all bedwetters. They like to use their beds as a place to go potty. So the ammonia smell in that shed when we clean his room, we have to have a mask on.
yeah.
it's pretty bad, and we clean it
How
every
many,
month.
like you feed them, how many chicken you're giving?
Charlie.
Right now, he is at, I just looked at it not so long ago, he's around 12 pounds of meat right now a day. They do get fed once a day, 6 days a week. In the winter time, he was eating 29 pounds
Oh,
once
lot
a day,
more.
6 days a week. 29 pounds.
They just go
raw
a whole
meat.
day without eating.
What was that?
They just go a whole day without eating.
Yeah, so we do one fast day a week. It's usually on Tuesdays when we're close to the public. Because in the wild, your big cats, they don't eat every single day. They do take a break with their digestive tract on not eating. They'll usually eat one big animal, around 60 pounds, in like 1 or 2 days, and then they'll take a break for a week or two, and then get another big meal.
So you
So
just give
we
them
feed them small portions, 6 days a week, 1 day to give that digestive tract a break.
like raw
meat.
meat.
Yeah,
Like
they
a
get it from
chicken.
Walmart.
Chicken, turkey, pork, all raw meat, all raw.
Do they donate to food or
What was that?
y'all get a donation for the food?
Yep, all of our
Who
foods.
sponsor?
Walmart, Tyson, Butterball.
How
So
much does Charlie weigh?
he's around 800 pounds,
800 pounds.
close to 800 pounds. Yes, he's big. We weigh our cats once a year. We do have to, tranquilize them and sedate them to weigh them. Be a little hard getting these guys' weights while they're awake. But I don't think we have weighed them yet this year. They're probably waiting until around August to do all that.
Healthy
As far as
check-up.
we know, he is around 800 pounds right now.
Wow.
So they do eat less in the wintertime because it is warmer. They move around less. In the wintertime, they move around a lot more because they do get a lot more energy. And they burn a lot more calories in the winter than in the summer. So that is why they eat a lot more. He is our biggest cat, so he always has the most food. Bye, Charlie. Bye, buddy. We're going to have a little race with this girl. Let's go!
Woo!
Yeah, she was pacing.
And we're going to slow down. We're going to put in reverse before she wants to try and spray us here. We'll see if her sister wants to come down.
Yeah, she's in the bucket up there.
Squeaky Ronnie, you want to come down too?
Now, what's this one's name?
This is a mall right here. Ronnie is up in the pool.
I see that.
Alright, where are we going? We're going to scoot a little further away and we'll kind of see why, I'm sure.
She gonna
Yeah,
spray.
we say her spray.
Whoa, there you
Right
go.
there. Perfect timing. Thanks for showing us
Good
there.
job. Good job.
All
Good
right,
job.
we're gonna hang out right here. I think we are far enough away.
Okay.
So Amal and Ronnie, they are sisters. I guess Ronnie's preferring the pool time over run time. But they are Siberian tigers. Good morning. Yeah, I'll be the
Oh
test
my
subject.
goodness. Oh.
We are far enough away. Okay, I would have been the hit target there.
Now, what's the reason
Okay.
for that?
They do that to our territory. So we can take it as a compliment, technically.
I just thought that dad, but I was just.
So yeah, she's gonna do it back there. Now she's like, "This is all mine."
She
So I know
said.
this is a weird question, but is that like, is that urine or is
Pretty
that
much.
like,
Yeah.
you know how like cats spray, like
Yep.
spray stuff?
That is the same thing. Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, your males do spray as well as the females. These two are girls.
Okay.
Your males spray a lot farther. So if a male were to try and spray us like that, we would have to keep moving back and forth.
Okay.
She won't spray much further than that.
Okay.
But your males can spray actually 7 to 12 feet away.
Oh. Wow.
So we would not be able to move away far.
Yeah.
Back here. But yeah, Amal and Ronnie, they are Siberian, so they are lighter in that orange color compared to your Bengals. Your Bengals are more of a deepish, almost reddish orange.
How old are them?
They are 2 years old. So these two, they've been here 2 years. They were born here. We're not a breeding facility. However, sometimes you can have your happy little accidents. We've had 3 total. These hopefully being the last. They are the most recent. Hopefully we won't have any more accidents after these 2. So sometimes with our rescues, we'll talk about it with their parents about what kind of causes those accidents. But yeah, we'll meet all of our accidents for the most part and their parents. So their parents are still here on our tours as well. They're actually across the street, so to say, from these 2, so we'll see them later on in our tour.
And how come they're not together?
The parents and the babies,
Uh
their mom rejected them.
huh. Okay.
And we'll get more into detail on that too when we
Okay.
get to their parents. Yeah, Amal and Ronnie, they love children, love little dogs, love anything with wheels, especially Ronnie. She loves to have her little races with our riding tours here, where Ronnie is just, she likes her spa days. So she's
Yeah.
up there chilling.
She's literally just chilling in the water.
I wish she was up there when we were up there looking.
I know.
Yeah, she figured out we don't have any small children today, so she's like, yeah, I'm not interested anymore. Yeah, they're very easily entertained, and they're very entertaining for us.
So they
most
like
of the time.
kids? Or
Yes,
they
they
want to eat the
love
kids?
children. Love them.
Oh.
I always say they just want to play. Sometimes the parents will tell them the truth, though. Over here we do have our white Bengal. He is named Dakar.
Oh, look at him.
Dakar!
He taking a nap.
He's not interested. He's
I
too
couldn't get him
tired.
up earlier.
Dakar! Good morning!
He taking a
He's like,
nap.
yeah, you don't have food, I know. You're
I
back
saw him
there.
earlier. He's huge.
He's up on top.
So
Yeah.
we do only
Oh, on
have
top.
4
Oh, I didn't
Siberian
see that,
tigers.
yeah.
It is those 2 and their parents. The rest of our tigers are Bengal. Dakar does have a brother actually next door. Has a neighbor. That's going to be Bashir. We call these 2 our destructive duo. Those 2 are our gremlins. They are your typical sisters. This destructive duo are your typical brothers. This is our brains of the operation. His brother's the bronze. Mr. Brains, Dakar here. He's a prankster. He likes to pull pranks on us staff 24/7 every day when we come in to feed or water him. Especially me yesterday touching his water pans. Typically he doesn't like to prank me, but he didn't like me touching his water pans yesterday. So when we go in to feed or water him in the afternoons around 4 o'clock, sometimes our feeding tours at that time get a little glimpse of what his pranks look like and sound like. He'll jump up on that fence from in his bedroom and do a big roar as loud as possible at us. He used to not do the whole roar of it. He used to jump on the fence and call it good after a little rumble mumble moment. And once he figured out that wasn't working like it used to, they do sense fear. They know what we're feeling at all times. He wasn't getting those reactions he wanted. He had to level it up with that roar, and he figured out that works a lot better. So now he has his pick of the staff of who it works on and who it doesn't. Usually it doesn't work on me unless I just make him mad by touching his water pants. He's very protective over his
But
pants.
you guys don't get to touch the cats.
No, we do not touch here. We're a no-touch facility. We do try and keep our cats as wild as possible. Being in captivity, it is hard to keep them, so to say, wild. But these are all cats, basically, that are rescues from some kind of private ownership or where they were around people a lot. We didn't just take our cats from the wild, I promise about that. So Dakar and Bashir actually did come in from a breeding and leasing facility that was connected to a circus. They came in from that circus part. They are 13 years old, so they are much older. They're very mature, and they don't perform tricks anymore. This is about all they do all day long.
Now, how come they're not together?
Your male tigers are solitary, so they would fight over territory constantly.
Okay.
As their whole thing as males, they have their territory, it's theirs.
Now, do they kind of go up and down the fence like, hey, I know that that's my brother or anything?
Yeah, they'll communicate. They'll chuff at each other. A chuff is a friendly greeting. But if they were in the same enclosure, there would definitely be times where they
Okay.
did get, mad at each other. And we don't want to take that risk of them hurting one
Yeah.
another.
Do
We
they
care
ever
about
get
them.
out?
Escape?
Do they ever escape?
Nope. None. We have never had an escape or escape attempt, actually. So these fences, they're 20 feet high. They are flimsy, you can kind of tell, but that's for a reason, actually. And they do go 8 feet into the ground, so they can't dig out and they cannot climb it, despite it looking maybe like they could. Their claws are not built to climb something like this. Their claws would break off, or if they did manage to get up on that fence, they would, the fence would fall back and on top of them. I copy.
See that one there? See the one here?
Sorry, I accidentally shut my radio off there. I copy.
What's your location?
We are at Bashir. I don't know if she knows I'm on tour. Did you need anything?
Yeah, the mowers are here and I'm gonna have to start placing. What are you doing?
I'm on tour.
Cancel use.
Okay.
Jaden, copy, Jaden.
We're good. She forgot I'm on tour. So, Bashir, he is our bronze of the operation. He is very brawny. He is a big guy. He's very strong. I like to compare him to Hercules sometimes, so I'm going to scoot up here a little bit further.
Perfect. The mowers are here, so we're gonna get kicking on that.
Alright, here we go. Squeaky tram today. And Bashir, how he is our bronzes. He is our most expensive cat when it comes to playtime. So, if you were out in our backyard at all, you've seen that toy graveyard more than likely. Some of that did come from him. I heard we're actually going to start selling those toys.
You mean
so
like
if you guys are
the
interested.
shredded buckets and stuff? Okay.
Yep.
That's what we
Yeah,
thought it
that
was.
is all the used toys. So I'm going to have to ask myself how much we're selling them for. I might have to take some home myself.
I wanna buy some too.
Talk to my manager when we get in.
Okay. Okay.
She just told me today that we're going to start selling those.
Okay.
so gotta figure out
Fantastic.
what's
I wanna
going on
buy
there.
some. Okay.
How come you just don't keep them in there? 'Cause they're
'Cause
destroyed?
they're destroyed. We don't want them to hurt themselves on there or
Oh,
swallow any
I
bits
got
off
you.
of them.
Mhm.
So, Bashir, we've tried everything we could with this guy, but only one toy has lasted with him. It is actually right here in the corner directly in front of me. It is a 150-pound elephant ball.
Ah.
It is made for elephants. He is our only animal here with an elephant ball. It was generously donated to us just for Bashir. So we have tried bowling balls, we've tried the barrels, we've tried the tiger version of this, the lion version of the elephant ball. They're not as heavy, but they are basically the same. They are a little bit smaller as well. And he destroyed all of them, even the bowling balls. They're made of cement. Usually your bowling balls, it takes about 12,000 pounds of pressure to crack one. He did just that. He has 12,000 pounds of pressure in his jaws alone.
Have we seen the mowers here?
So Bashir, he did pick up one of those bowling balls one day, thought it was a snack, just was having too much fun, and yeah, he broke it in
Oh my
half.
gosh.
Didn't break a tooth, didn't chip a tooth, didn't swallow any cement shards, but we didn't want to risk him hurting himself with that, so he lost that bowling ball privilege, and that is why he is our bronze. But what makes them your typical brothers, they have about 6-7 feet in between them, that little territory. They have what we call water gun fights over it. They will sit there and spray each other's territory, marking it as their own, sometimes marking each other as each other's territory. We don't get in the midst of it. They smell bad enough afterward. We don't want to smell like that. It does smell like burnt popcorn. And so, with Bashir and your typical brother moment, he had to show off to Dakar, hey, I have something you don't, check it out, ha ha, jealous now. And Dakar did get the last laugh. He sprayed Bashir's brand new elephant ball. So Bashir was very, very sad, very mad at Dakar, and he learned the hard way. Keep it in this corner when it's not in use. He does bunny hop it all around. He actually will grab it with his front paws a bit like this and just kind of drag it with him up that hill. He'll roll it all around. And yeah, when he's done with it, he'll put it up there and let it roll all the way back down into this corner to create a loud noise to disturb his neighbors. So he is our bronze. He's very funny. We got 2 African lions up next. Mr. Judah is on his throne, it looks like now. We're going to see where Miss Matula is here. Matula! I think you guys are fixing to get your enclosure mode. Alright.
How does that work?
The mowing?
Yeah, if they're in there.
So, oh, there she's actually up in this corner here. So Judah is one of our more difficult cats to mow's enclosure. Obviously, we can't go in there while they're in that enclosure. We do shut them in their bedrooms while we're in the enclosure itself.
Oh.
But Judah is a little claustrophobic, so to say. He does not like being in his bedroom, especially if that door is going to be shut. So, when we have to lure him in that bedroom, if we go anywhere near that door, he is gone out in that enclosure again. That is why theirs is a little bit like a jungle, but I think today they are going to do what they can to achieve getting him in there and
is that what they were
getting
talking
it done.
about, to do this
Yep. We have to be as fast as possible with these guys, so we did actually hire some professional mowing companies to come out and help, and so that way we have, at least 6 people in here and
I was
just
like
get
15
it done like
people
that.
in here, 5-second
See, I
job.
thought you kept it long because it was like out in the wild. You wanted them to be out in the wild.
It is
Oh, I
nice for
see,
them.
yeah,
They
yeah.
do like it, but
That's
then we can't see what's in there with them.
Yeah.
We do have to watch for snakes. We do have rattlesnakes, copperheads, cottonmouths. They can pose a threat to our cats, so we have to make sure we can see what's going on in there and make sure we can see the cats at all time as well.
Right.
So that's why we do try and keep them mowed. But yeah, some of them look like jungles right now. But right here is Judah and Matula. They are 2 of the African lions we have. We have quite a few. These 2 came in from a pride of 5 lions, actually from a Springfield safari. They had 3 females, 2 males in that pride. They are all here. But Judah's our beta alpha. The way he's laying, we can't really see his mane. But the other male is our alpha. His name is Leo, and we'll get to meet him as well, hopefully today if he is visible. But Judah, being the beta, he wouldn't leave our alpha alone. He didn't have a respect for him. He just wanted to be alpha really bad. Still thinks he's an alpha to this day. So we separated him from the pride to decide for him who the alpha was. We do that by looking at their manes. Actually, it will tell you a lot about that lion. So comparing to Judah, your alpha will have a darker, larger, thicker, more Fabio or glorious type of hairdo going on. So you can't really see Judah from here with his thrones back in the way, but it is a fairly light color. You can see he's not very black looking through those slits in the throne there. So he is not alpha material. It is based on all of their testosterone is what's going to depict what that mane looks like, is how much testosterone they produce. So technically you could say if they're manly enough or not. But Matula, she is up here. That is the female. We did want him to be alone, so we gave him Miss Matula from the pride. We like to call them our old married couple. I guess today she is letting Judah do his thing, because usually if he's on her bad side or she's had enough of him, she'll actually get up on that throne with him and push him off with all 4 paws and claim it as her own. So I guess she's being nice to Judah today. And yeah, he's not too happy, of course, when she does that, but he respects her, so we love her for that. And she's now up for it. Matula! Good morning! Good Good morning, Twos.
Oh, there's one behind that. Okay. I didn't see that.
Gosh, they're big.
There's one back here.
So yeah, Judah Matula, they are a great couple.
This is
He's
right
our most
here.
active male lion. She's our most playful lioness. They do have some neighbors. You guys can already see through here. One just turned around. He said, "Don't look at me." So on that rock, giving us the rear end, that is going to be Mavuto. The one on the platform with that darker mane is Chiloti. They are a perfect representation of who would be alpha, who would be beta alpha. So Mavuto over here is your beta. Chiloti would be the alpha, but we only have one alpha on our property. And that is Leo, who is actually their father. These are our first ever happy accidents. There are 4 cubs that came from them total. They are no longer cubs, so there's 2 boys, 2 girls. We have the 2 boys on top of the bedroom over here. We do have their sister Chica. And then these guys are spoiled. They have 2 enclosures all to themselves, so they have a little hallway that leads into either this yard or the one over here. But we'll talk about their story a little bit more with their parents. We're actually going to go see their other sister. She is separated from them, and we'll talk about why.
I remember one female was with them.
Yeah, Chica, she's one of the females over there on top of that bedroom. She's
Oh, okay.
kind of hidden from here.
Uh-huh.
We're going to see
Oh.
Miss Baby.
She's...
Hi, baby.
Oh.
Hi, baby girl.
Hi.
Why you gotta steal?
She.
Excuse me.
What's her name?
This is Baby.
Baby.
We have to go in between here and clean it up. Maybe later today we'll get to it. But Baby, she is separated from her siblings and does have a significantly smaller enclosure, as you can see. It's harder to tell with her little trees through here, but she's actually missing her front left leg. So she is a tripod lioness. She's only got 3 legs. And so she wasn't born that way. She was born with all 4. We did have to amputate her leg, though, because when they were all cubs, they were playing just a little too rough with Miss Baby here, and she did end up breaking her arm in a really weird spot. They did discuss doing a reset surgery to keep that arm, but with how little she was, they didn't want to take that risk of her having further complications as she got older and bigger. They didn't want to take that chance of her being in pain the rest of her life. So with her being young, they did the amputation. She healed up great. Doesn't realize she's any different. She is just as feisty, if not more so, than her siblings. They were all raised by their lion parents. But for her own safety, she is separated from her siblings, because if they did lash out on her for being the weakest, if they were mad about anything, it would be on her being the weakest of the pride here. So she wouldn't be able to properly defend herself missing that front paw. She would only be able to have that one, and it was either, she'd have to keep it on the ground or defend herself. She can't do both, really. So we want to keep her safe, and so we did keep their fences completely back to back so they can still get that physical contact, still see each other. They do cuddle through that fence pretty often, actually. And so she is over here for now. She doesn't have a big enclosure because she doesn't move around all too much. It doesn't cause her too many problems. She just prefers to be lazier. And I don't blame her. Karma, I saw you over here. There you are. Karma! Where are we going? Coming down for us? Karma, Karma. Good morning.
Karma.
This is Karma.
Karma.
Where you going, silly? Rubbing on her trees. Karma, Karma. She's a white Bengal. You can see she's a lot smaller than some of the other cats we've been seeing. Your females are typically smaller. She is on the small side even for a female Bengal. But she is blind in one eye, so if she wants to come down here. Karma! So it'll be our left, it's her right eye. She is fully blind. So we'll see if she's going to come down here.
How old is she?
She is about 18 years old.
Okay. She's
Karma?
older. Oh my
Where you
goodness.
going? Oh, you're going to get those plants for us.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. You going to show off?
I'll take up the
She's
grass.
going to mow for us apparently today. Karma! Come here.
Beautiful.
Come here.
Oh.
Hey, Karma. Come here.
Hi, Karma.
What are you doing?
So pretty.
Karma, Karma. So she was part of the breeding and leasing facility that Dakar and Bashir came from. She was part of that breeding area. And she wouldn't allow anyone to mate with her to produce cubs, so they didn't really use her all too much. And they actually, she was part of the emergency rescue with that. We rescued 17 white Bengals in an emergency situation. So we did disperse the rest of them out through different sanctuaries across the U.S. here. But we did keep a lot of them. But we only have Miss Karma here and Dakar and Bashir from that right now. The rest of them have passed from old age and health complications. But she's doing good besides that little eye going blind.
I'm sorry, how old was she again?
About 18. Karma, what you doing?
She's so pretty.
You smiling?
She hides right behind the.
Yeah, she knows she's a pretty girl. She is one of our best painters. I think we have a few in that gift shop still. But we'll take those flat back canvases, put non-toxic paint on there, and then we'll spray it with Calvin Klein's Obsession or Lemongrass. The Obsession by Calvin Klein is a cologne made with animal musk. So don't wear that if you go on an open safari vehicle in Africa. You're going to attract some hungry kitty cats. Alright, any questions about Miss Karma? Bye, pretty girl. Thank you for coming to say hi. Bye-bye.
Hi.
Oh, now you're going run. These enclosures are empty. Besides from this one, we do have one or two. We have 2 wolf dogs in here. I know one's up in the top for breakfast time. The other one doesn't usually come down this far, so you might see them from up top. We will see them. We do go up a slight hill right here, so if you have anything loose, like your belongings, go ahead and go ahead and hold on to that. A little bumpy. So here we do have 2 of our most ferocious animals over here on the right-hand side. We have Wilbur and Miss Paisley is somewhere. Paisley! Paizlers! Paisley!
That's a
Paisley!
that's a regular pig or
Yeah, he might be part warthog. We're not too sure. Most of our pigs are potbellies. He could be part boar, but your boars are a lot bigger. We have a boar hybrid up top who is literally 4 times this guy's size. He probably weighs,
Miniature?
Mr. Wilbur here, he weighs right around 80, 90 pounds. Paisley, she is the same size as him, but she's right around 100 pounds. She's very solidly built if she'd come out. She's basically albino. She is white, pinkish colored with the gray. So our pigs inside, if we still have any, actually look like her. But she might not be feeling social today. She's probably snoozing in there. She is just a normal potbelly. She used to be a pet. Not too sure where he came from. But these are those bedrooms I was speaking about. These are extras. We don't bring the cats out here to them. So if we ever have another cat or another enclosure we have to build, we would use these as a bedroom. You can see the pigs have one right here behind all those weeds there. So they're originally supposed to be septic tanks, but we use them as storm shelters / bedrooms for our cats. In the wintertime when there's hay in there, it stays very, very warm. And then sometimes we'll take off that wooden top on them. That way in the summertime it is open and they can stay cool. So that's how it is in their bedrooms right now. So anytime we have severe thunderstorms or tornadic weather, we will shut the cats into their bedrooms, and they're typically smart enough to go inside of these. Any questions about
they're
those?
underground? Is they build like underground too?
Yeah, typically. Here we keep them above ground though.
Oh, okay.
We do have our wolf dogs over here. Looks like Miss Safira is sleeping in her little cubby back there. You can kind of see her laying down. Safira! Hi, girl!
Hi, baby.
Hi, Safira!
She hears you.
Yeah,
She going back to sleep. She
Thank
said,
you.
I'm going back to bed.
And we're going downhill now. We have an orange Bengal. This is all one enclosure. I'm going to assume he is down here.
He usually stay in the top, don't you?
He is actually in back to bed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's in top of the bed.
He is snoozing
Ah.
up there. Cora! It's his nap time right now. So he is our only orange Bengal tiger. Actually, the rest of them are white Bengals. So he's a lot
You see
deeper
it
in that
sitting
orange color that you can kind of tell from here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cora! Cora, Cora!
She heard.
Cora!
He heard you.
We're down here.
Toros!
He's like half asleep. He's like, huh?
How
So, Cora-
often y'all change that water? Swim.
We drain it once a month at least and power wash it and then fill it
Uh-huh.
back up. All of their pools are going to be that green color because we do
Uh-huh.
not add chemicals into their water. We don't want them to ingest that because they do drink from their pools even if they have fresh cold water up in their pans.
Uh-huh.
They're weird like that.
Oh,
they don't
okay.
care.
They don't care.
So yeah, the reason their pools do get that color is in the wild, your big cats, especially your tigers, will use their water sources as their restrooms to wash away their scent.
Mm-hmm.
They still feel the need to do that in captivity.
In the water,
Cleaning their pools is very lovely sometimes.
it doesn't hurt the skin or anything.
They
No.
love it.
Oh, okay.
Good for them. Yeah, they're little weirdos sometimes, but we still love them for it. And
Right.
yeah, we do our best to clean them at least once a month, and power wash them. But they turn green pretty fast.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Cora here,
Boy.
big yawn for us. He's 12 years old, so he's also getting up there in age, but he's very healthy. Still young in our eyes. In the wild, he'd be considered old. And he came in from a cub petting or a pay-to-play industry. So it is in the name, you pay to play with a bunch of tiger cubs. It is a big no-no in the cat community. It is now illegal in the U.S., thankfully. But when it was legal just a few years ago, it is a 90% mortality rate. Only 10% of those cubs used will survive. And that's because when they're intended for that cub petting, they're taken away from their mothers almost immediately after birth, so they don't get that mother's
I was standing up.
milk, which also takes away that colostrum access, which is what builds their immune systems. Just like human newborns, if they are handled a lot early into their brand new world here, they don't have immune systems almost at all, so they do get very sick very quickly if you pass them to too many people in a day. In the cub petting, they could be passed around to hundreds of people in one day. So they get very sick very quickly, and that's why it's a very low survival rate. But if they reach 4 to 6 months old, that is when they get their claws and their teeth, and they're no longer deemed safe to be handled, and they become a liability. So they are sent to retirement centers or are even sold to the black market. Black market, you can sell your tiger's parts for a lot of money. They will use their blood, their claws, their teeth, their whiskers, their fur, you name it, someone out there will buy it for you, or from you.
What they do with it?
I don't know. I don't want to know either.
Uh-huh.
So, obviously that didn't happen to Cora, thankfully. He was actually sent to a retirement center, but he was housed with 4 other male tigers. As I said, with the Karmashir, they are solitary. That was also a big no-no where he came from. And so there were 5 male tigers altogether, Cora being the youngest and the weakest. In
Oh,
order
my
to
goodness.
feed all of them, they would actually take buckets of food and dump it over the fence, essentially making these cats fend for themselves for food. So he was bullied out of that food a lot, and he developed anxiety of other tigers and food anxiety, actually. So he is surrounded by lions. I kind of wonder if they're going to trap him in his bedroom while he's up here today, since we need to get to the enclosure. Last time we mowed, or attempted to, it took us over an hour to get him in his bedroom and shut him in there. So obviously we can't go out there and mow if he's in there. So
Right.
they might be trying to trap him in here right now. We'll see. But
So, quick question. I
Yeah.
know this might sound dumb, but since that water's just like a stale, standing water, do they ingest mosquitoes? Does it hurt them like dogs?
no, so we do overflow it at least every other day to get some of that junk out.
Okay.
But usually the rain too will take care of getting some of that out.
Okay.
As they jump in it, it splashes a lot. He doesn't spend too much time in his
They jump
pool.
in that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They play in it a lot. Him, not so much. He's always usually up in that bedroom or way in that corner, so we cannot go to his enclosure. So yeah, last time we actually did try and get into his enclosure and mow. We succeeded after an hour to get him in there. But 5 minutes into mowing, all of our mowers shut down.
Oh,
So we had a very angry cat for no reason. Yesterday, he outsmarted us and would not go up there. But right here, we have our alpha sitting on top of his bedroom. His name is Leo. He is part of our other pride that came in with Judah and Matula. I think the females might be out here. We're going to scoot forward and see if we can see them out here. You can see they partially did their enclosure yesterday.
They got a
See
pretty.
the females up here.
They're both there.
I don't think we're going to have a very good spot to see these guys at all back here.
They got.
We'll finish this one today then. But Leo, Etana, and Niara is who is over here, 2 females. Of course, the alpha gets more females than the beta.
Rabbit.
a rabbit.
Do they catch a rabbit eat?
Sometimes they will get wildlife in there, rabbits, possums, armadillos. Possums are big
Uh-huh.
one around here. But they know they get way better food from us, so they never eat them, actually. They just
Oh.
kind of play with them, and
Uh-huh.
once they stop moving, they lose interest.
Oh,
We have fun finding those when we're cleaning enclosures.
that's funny.
But we're happy they don't eat them, because
Right.
we don't want them to get any of those diseases. That's why we don't take wildlife as donations for food or roadkill, because we don't know what they might have.
Oh.
Right.
But Leo,
they
Etana, and
vaccinated?
Niara- what was that?
Are they vaccinated?
Our cats?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep. They do get their yearly immunizations and whatever else they might need as needed. So these 3, they came in with Judah Matula, as I was saying, and they were not altered to prevent babies. Where they came from in that safari, they were trying to get cubs and they didn't succeed, so they actually donated them here to us. But when they came in, our owners had to have that lovely discussion of spaying the females or how to alter your male. We didn't want to spay our females, that it does cause weight gain. It's more intrusive, harder healing for the females. So they turned to Leo and they said, well, we can do a neuter or a vasectomy. If you neuter your male lion, however, especially if he's an alpha, he'll lose that alpha title and lose up to 90%, if not all, of his mane, as that is all based on their testosterone production. A neuter cuts that off completely. We didn't want to destroy Leo's ego like that, so we didn't even take that into consideration. We looked into a vasectomy, had more pros than cons, so we went with it. But we later found out a little too late one con. Your male alphas, they're very good healers, they're self-healers, so he actually reversed his vasectomy. And so we found out the hard way that he had done that because they came in April 1st, April Fools, 2016, to Miss Etana up here, wherever she might be right now. They had Chalote, Mavuto, Chica, and Baby lying in wait for them that morning.
Oh my goodness.
But that's not even the end of the story. He had a second failed vasectomy. We found out the same way. Miss Niara, 6 weeks after Etana, 4 more. 2
Oh
more
my God.
boys, 2 more girls, matched up perfectly. We had Raphael, Afton, Kiara, and Nala, who are also here.
The
Hopefully
other
we'll
side
see.
lion, they're the baby.
Yep, so that was all 9 years ago. They're all fully grown. They were all raised by their lion parents. I believe they were actually in their neighbor's enclosure when this occurred. Yeah, they don't have manners. They were raised by these guys. They could never be released into the wild because these guys were captivity cats. They didn't have the essential skills to teach their cubs those skills. So their cubs also would never be able to go out in the wild. They don't have those survival skills.
Right.
And we don't buy, sell, or trade our cats, so any cat on our property ever, once they're here, they stay here. Any questions about these crazy 3? We did spay all of our females after Leo's happy incident there. They are a little chunky, our females are. They're on diets. Alright.
Tony is still here? Tony? Tony is still here?
What was that?
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony here. Okay.
Right here we have Ty.
Oh
Ty,
my.
Ty.
Oh my god.
Ty.
Huge.
Got a bone.
As part of a boar leg he had the other day.
A what?
A boar leg. Almost 400-pound boar.
Well, where'd you get that?
Farmer down the road. He raises them for food.
Oh.
And he had too many, so he actually donated, I think, 16 now to us. We mainly just use the legs for nourishment. We take the entire leg, and it's probably about the size of my arm, but a lot of meat on there. Give it to our cats for nourishment, and that also serves as their diet that day. They can't have too much pork in their diets because it is really fatty. So whenever we do boar legs there, that's their diet for that day. So they're big. They can weigh up to 30 pounds each leg. But they have fun with it. They really do. If you go on our socials on Instagram or Facebook, you can see some videos of them getting them. It's very interesting, especially at Cora. And they actually just gave one to Bashir as well the other day.
How do you guys feed these animals if you can't go in there?
So right here is a good example. You'll see some more right over here as well. We'll take out sometimes their water pans over here, and we'll talk about the different method over here. But those pans we'll fill them with raw meat and slide them on in. With the legs, we do have to shut them either in the room or out in their enclosure, whichever way they are at, and then we'll put the leg where they are not currently in, and shut it back up and let them out for it. But Ty here, he's very special kitty cat. He is very rare. He's a hybrid that we have. He's called a Tiger. He's 75% tiger, 25% lion. So you can see he's got the stripes of a tiger. They fade out as you go towards his stomach area. In certain spots they're very light, where other spots they're completely black. And then around that neckline, he's got about a quarter of a mane going on there. And if he would show us his face, he's got spots on his face. That is also from the lion in him. Ty, you having a dream over there, buddy?
Hi.
Ty the Tiger. He is 9 years old. He came in from a roadside circus out of Stratford, Missouri. But what makes him rare is his mom is a liger, his dad is a tiger. So a tiger-liger hybrid. Your ligers tend to be infertile or sterile and cannot typically reproduce. Every once in a while, very rarely, they will achieve that when you have your people that are, like to play creators of things and do that. Sometimes they will succeed. Usually, not very often, as there are actually less than 10 Tigers in the entire world. There are single digits of how many of these exist. So there's very little research on them. And he's just one of a kind, quite literally.
Hi.
Ty!
All I see is spots.
Ty! You gonna look at us? No.
Oh, I'm snoozing.
He's a very special boy. Ty! You can check out some pictures in our calendar that's in the gift shop if you can't see his face from where we're at. You can check out those spots. Any questions about Ty? We'll move on to his neighbors here. We have Miss Lily. Lily! And then right below we have what you were just asking about, Mr. Tony. Hi guys. I'll
Yeah.
scoot forward to
Are they?
that.
Is he
They
locked?
got
Is he
big.
locked in there?
Nope, he's just snoozing in there.
Oh, there's a hole in the side.
Yep.
Oh.
So Tony and Lily are our other two Siberian tigers that we have. Lily's on top. He's in the bottom. He is basically double, if not triple, her size. He's around 650 pounds himself. She's probably just around 400. But Tony and Lily, they came in from private ownership, actually. They had two previous owners. Their first owner only had them a couple of weeks. They were only about 3 months old. And he had grown tired of them. And so he actually dumped these guys in the dumpster. He didn't want them anymore.
Oh my
So these were a
God.
couple of trash kitties right there. So luckily their second owner actually who took them in found them and took them into his home. Let them live out their lives in his house, free roam. He'd walk them around on a leash like a dog.
No.
And in 2022, the Big Cat Act was passed, making it illegal to own any exotic cats on your property in the U.S. Our owners are in their 70s that own this place. This is the only sanctuary they do own. But they did help achieve to get that passed nationwide. So we're very thankful to them.
What are you doing?
So these are actually our most recent rescues. Hi, Lily.
Lily?
Lily.
Lily.
Her in the background.
Hi, Lily.
From Missouri, did you rescue him, or?
Hi, Lily.
Yep, most of our cats are from this area. Cora's from Oklahoma, but I think Bashir and them are from Indiana, is where that was all located. But 90% of them are from here. Most times your rescue cats will go to the nearest sanctuary in the area.
Lily.
She's destroying the vines for you guys. She's like, here, let me help you see me better. Thanks, Lily. We appreciate it. So that second owner, in 2023, that's when the deadline was to get all their certifications, licenses, inspections done to keep them. And so he didn't get that done. He couldn't pass those inspections, so he did have to surrender them here to us. They are 6 years old, so they are not very old at all. They were only 4 when they came in. But when they came in, Miss Lily here was just a little chunky. She was a little overweight, so they took her to our retirement center to figure out what's causing that weight gain, how to help her lose that weight, and they figured out the problem. She lost that weight almost overnight on her own. She was pregnant with a Mullen Ronnie.
Oh.
So that is where our third happy accident came into play.
The
No
two
one
of the
knew she was
baby.
pregnant. And so she did reject them, didn't want anything to do with them. She just wanted all the attention. So we did have to separate them from her, hand raise them, get her spayed, and reunited back here with Tony. And you can see she's a queen bee over here. She rules. Isn't that right, Lily?
Who's there?
Oh, now Ty is looking at us, huh? He's got a crush on Miss Lily. He heard us talking to her. We're talking to your girl that you can't have. Yes. He's like, I'm going to have her one day, I promise. Probably not, though, Ty. As long as Tony's around, I don't think so. Although I think Tony's
so
like
this-
good riddance.
The one that we just passed and the one in his bedroom.
Yes.
They're brother and sister.
These two?
Uh-huh.
No.
Oh.
They're 6 weeks apart in age, so they're very close, but they are mates.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're mommy and daddy to a Mullen Ronnie.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see if we can see Miss Miara's cubs that she got out today.
Big boys getting up.
So over here on the right hand side, we're going to have 3 of Miara's kids that she had. Up there, the male is Raphael, and then Noah and Kiara.
I love his hair. He got
We're
a
actually
pool
going to
over
have 2
here.
different cats talking at the same time. We'll see who's getting next to first.
Didn't that move?
Oh, he did.
Eddie! Where'd you go? We'll find him. We'll talk about these guys, and then we'll talk about Midnight. So right there is Raphael. You can see he looks like Mufasa. And then the girls are Nala and Kiara. So I like to call them the Lion King kids. Afton, we currently cannot go see Afton as there is some things going on with him. But he looks like Scar. He is actually going to be our next up alpha when his father, Leo, passes. It's not going to be anytime soon, hopefully, but we do have our next in line alpha ready to go. Raffy, he's got a very untamable mane. It's just bedhead every day, all day. Isn't that right, Raffy?
Good looking boy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Look at the
Raphael.
hair.
Them are in this enclosure with that house.
Yeah, so we actually have several cats in this barn, and their yards go out in the different directions. So these 3 have 2 different yards, as well as their brother, who is further behind. He's got 2 yards back there as well.
Okay.
And then we actually have Cougar Boys out here with 3 different yards.
Okay.
So it's got 3 different, well, a bunch of different areas
Yeah.
in here, and we can see all the cats from inside this barn here.
Okay. So what's wrong with the other one?
We can't publicly discuss, but there's some medical things going on right now
Oh, well,
for
I
him.
hope everything goes okay.
Yeah, I personally myself have been out here the last 3 nights taking care of him.
So he's in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Typically he would be on our riding tours, but with things going on, we do our best to leave him
Yeah.
alone, give him his peace and quiet that he
Right.
needs right now to get better.
And how long has he been here?
He's their siblings. These are Niara's cubs that she had. Yep. So they've been here their whole lives.
Yeah.
They're 9 years old as well. They're 6 weeks younger than Shaloti and them back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing good. These 3 are. His brothers. He's making progress from where he was.
Good.
So we're happy. Hopefully I can go home tonight. Need it. So yeah, Miss
Well,
Midnight.
what do you do overnight when you can't be with him though?
We have cameras. Otherwise, we're sitting out here all night long watching him. With flashlight.
And
Yeah.
he's in there.
He's got
don't
yards
you ever
back
get
there.
the itch just to pet him?
It's very tempting, but I'd lose my job. I love it here. I love it here. I'd rather not lose it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I literally.
Oh yeah.
Because I would.
You have to have a lot of self-control.
Yeah,
here.
I just couldn't.
I do not.
Especially,
love tigers.
Midnight, she is a melanistic leopard. If you haven't seen her, I don't know where she's at.
Oh, yeah, we've
currently.
seen her.
She's actually in her catwalk way out there. So you guys will have to go out in the backyard after our tour. We're actually fixing to end shortly.
She's up there.
She is declawed in all 4 paws. She is privately owned. She is. She's 18 years old.
She's 18.
She's 18. Wow. Yep. So she is older as well. but she was privately owned, and she was a house cat, so they did get her declawed. And she was surrendered here at just 3 years old because this guy that owned her, he had gotten married. They had a baby, and so she started stalking that baby as she is a big wild cat, and her instincts to stalk anything small.
They're not supposed to be house.
Exactly. And so, you know, the mom gave him the ultimatum, well, Midnight needs to go, or me and baby are going.
Yeah.
So he did surrender Midnight here at 3 years old. She's been here along 15 years. She is our current longest residing resident, actually.
Oh. And she's all by herself.
Right now, yeah. She did have another melanistic leopard as a neighbor a while back. Her name was Lori. She managed to reach 23. She actually just passed last month of old age.
Does he ever come
She
back
puts
and
where?
see it?
Lori. Oh, did you get to meet Lori a while back?
Died.
She was the other one. Like
No,
this.
the one.
No.
Do the people that surrender them? Do they come back and see their animals?
In the beginning, most of the time, I don't think any of these guys as old owners now.
Now,
come
do you
out
guys
anymore.
have like vets come out here
Yep.
if there's a problem?
Yep.
You do.
Yep, we've got a few 24/7 on-call vets. A lot of us here, staff-wise, are trained some kind of medical emergency-wise. So if we need something done immediately, we can do it if it's that certain kind of thing. But
Now, do tigers and lions and all that get like yearly vaccinations?
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yep. Yeah, Midnight, she loves attention, so usually when she wants attention, she's up in that catwalk over there.
Yep.
So that's what she's wanting, but she's got a lot of people come to say hi to her now. And we do have cougar boys that would be in this yard. They do have 2 other yards back there, as I said. They've been pretty antisocial as well lately. So they're probably not going to pop their heads out. But they do hold the Guinness World Record of the most names for a cat. They have, I believe, 32 different nicknames. So they are cougars, mountain lions, Florida panthers, pumas, you name it, it's all the same cat.
It's all the same cat.
Yep. Which technically all your big cats are panthers in a way, if you look at their scientific names. Your lions are Panthera leos, your tigers are Panthera tigresses, and so on and so on. They all have Panthera in that scientific name. But that was sadly the end of our tour.
You were a wonderful tour guide.
Thank you.
I've only been here
Yay.
since January, and I actually,
Oh wow.
I'm fixing to be promoted to an animal lead, so I'm looking forward to it, getting some
Good
training
job.
done this week, and yeah,
What's that consist of?
the animal lead, or what'd you say?
Yeah. What's your breed promoted to?
Animal lead. I just would be my top priority on taking care of the animals first for anyone else. Thank God staying out here the last 3 nights just put a good effort on it.
So.
Do you have a medical background?
I do not. This is my first exotic animal background, career-wise. Before this job, I was actually cleaning houses.
Thank you.
Great job.
Yeah, thank you guys. I know you guys waited a while for this tour. Thank you for sticking around for it.
Okay, now we're going that way. You go ahead. You go ahead. That'll be fine. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. O'Neill, poor thing.
12 o'clock feeding tour.
All right. So I'm gonna start. And then who else had the upgrade?
I do.
We did. Here's the glove. And then you guys. Yep, you. Here you go. Okay, so feeding. Yeah. You guys did that. You guys just did the feeding for not the interaction. Oh, so they get to sit there. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna go over some rules real quick. It's really loud. So whenever we're taking pictures and videos, please take as many as you want. Just don't do it in the fence. Don't reach your hands to the fence. Just don't do it. So you can take as many pictures and videos as you want. Also, you can tell the cats that they're pretty. They love to hear it. Just don't sit there and make loud mocking noises or bang on the cage. It's annoying for us and the kitties. They don't like it. So Another one is our terrain here is a little uneven. It's not bad. It's just watch your set. There's just some uneven rocks. And then lastly, all of our male cats are intact. We do have 3 females that will spray. But if they turn around and lift their tail, they'll spray up to 12 feet. And if you back up, you're not getting out of the shower. So go left or right. It's a direct shot. So if you go left or right, you'll be out of it. We're going to start here with Midnight. I don't actually know where she's at, but we'll find her. Up here. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her down for a treat. I'll just talk about her here. I've never seen her up there, but yeah. So Midnight is our black leopard, which is kind of like a blanket cover. She's actually a melanessa leopard. That's basically saying she has much darker pigmentation than your average leopard. So she still has the dots and everything, like little circles. You can just only see them in the sunlight. Midnight came to us from a husband and wife. They had her as a house cat. So out of all of our cats, she's probably our most domesticated. But she is declawed, so that's taking up to the first joint on a human finger in equivalence. So pretty inhumane. They were just trying the best options to keep her around, but they ended up having a kid, and she stalked the kid, and they had to surrender her. But she's 17 years old now, so she's way up there in age. But she's been with us for a while now, I believe since like 2013 maybe. But she is the sweetest. I wish I could pet her, but we can't. So she walks a little weird too. So compared to all the other enclosures, you'll see that she has a lot of flat surfaces. Just because she can't climb, she doesn't have spots to do so. But it's so cute how she's out here. I've never seen her that far. Oh, she's up on her feet.
You can see that bucket though. Marlo, come here. Look, you can see that.
Daddy. The feeding floor, we're going to go ahead and walk out. When we come back, she'll still be here. Come on.
Yes, yes. Good job. Step.
Sorry.
You're fine, you're fine.
If they turn around and lift your tail left or right. Don't want to tail and put her off.
But it's like skunk smell where it doesn't come
You
out.
better jump left or right.
Marlo, come here.
You better say left or right.
Dude, you're getting in
You go
this
ahead,
way.
you go ahead. You go ahead.
No,
Thank
so the feeding
You're fine.
tour, the difference between that is we have an awareness. A lot of people, we're doing the feeding tour, I'm feeding, and then they did the interactive upgrade, which is about $20 per person.
That's what the tours we were going to do yesterday when we came in today. That's what she said yesterday, that we'd be able to feed them.
Okay, so if you want to go back in and you can get this in, and she can help you with that, Jackson. If you guys want to do that. Yeah. Otherwise, it's the feeding tour. Yes. Yeah. Which I mean, it's the same tour. We'll just get you for till you get down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you guys want to, we'll just stay here. I'll have her get me more chicken, and then you guys can go back in and pay after.
Cool. Dude, we were told that, we came back because we were told that we were going to be given
We were here yesterday.
Okay.
We didn't want to do it for yesterday.
Okay. I'll have them like get the chicken, like bring it out here so you guys don't have to go and miss the puppy. I'll have her bring it to me instead of you guys going back in. Does that make sense? Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll get it for you guys. Is it both of you wanting to do it? Yeah. Okay.
The giant bucket.
Need that.
They have a giant bag.
He's like, oh hi.
He's like, that's all you get.
I'll humor you for a second.
That's cool.
They have that giant.
Okay.
Try not to get away.
We're gonna go over here because they're over here, laying on my bed.
Then pick up your feet, please. So you're gonna walk that way.
Yes.
Marlo, come here.
So, these girls, they just turned 2 years old. I wish they came out. They're stalking a little bit.
The other one's like, oh.
But they're Siberian tigers. They actually aren't fully grown yet. They won't be fully grown until they're about 5. So they don't have too much more to grow, but there's more left. Their fur will get a little bit darker in color too. But with these Siberian tigers, they actually swim like 5 miles a day. So their little pool over there, they love it so much. On the hot days, they'll spend their time in there.
Yeah.
But they're twin sisters, so that's why they're together. If they were males, they wouldn't be able to be together. They were actually born and raised on the property. Their mama gave birth to them, and she didn't do too great. Yep. She wasn't too great of a mother. She ended up rejecting them, so they're fully bottle fed by us. After about 6 months of age, we threw away and stopped fencing with it.
Oh, hey, come look at me.
Yes, but actually the females can spray. These 2 girls can spray. They'll only spray it like 8 feet. It's not as far. It's not as like red, but they can. Very much so. They're really fan the dogs. We're gonna go ahead and head over here to the car. We're gonna go around the corner. You're gonna see the blue tube closest to us. That's where you guys are gonna stand. I'll meet you there.
Nope, Marlo. Nope. We're not deputizing you.
What's that?
She about to come in. Look at.
Oh, but I can't let you have all the attention.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
They're only 2 years old. Wow. Full energy.
Alright, we're gonna head over here and see if we can see the car.
You want this one?
Yes. This is gonna be our one of our Yukis.
Oh, thank you. Right there. Yeah.
So whoever wants to go first, put a glove on. He gets one piece of chicken. So, from what? One piece of chicken per Yuki. So if you bought 2 Yukis, he'll get 2 pieces of chicken. Well, tell me you gotta come watch. It'll go in front of the white.
They even argue about politics here, don't they?
Jakar! So he's pretty along to this. He's one of our more spoiled tigers. He likes to inhale his food, but he's not staying true to that right now. So we usually feed him with tongs through the fence, just like a whole bucket. So that's how he eats. Everyone else eats out of a pan, so he gets a little spoiled when it comes to eating. In a car.
Stand over here. You can see. Do you want me to pick you up? You see?
You guys just had 3 you feed, right? Okay. Yes, we have other tigers that'll take the rest.
I got them. Marlon, come.
You have other feedings after this?
Yep. So we have this one, then we have that other white Bengal. I can't guarantee that he'll get up, but if he doesn't, we can always come back to the car. And then we have our tiger over there. He's also hard to get up, but
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
good catch. Car.
Are they all the white Bengal?
There's another white Bengal, and then we have our tiger. He's also a U-feed, so we'll see if he'll get up. Yeah. If they don't get up, we can always come back to the car and give him the rest. He loves it. So, who else do you guys? The Jakar is a white Bengal tiger. He did come from a circus rescue of about 15. So there was multiple in the rescue. But he actually has a caregiver that can point his finger, and Jakar will lay down. So he's very smart, but he'll only listen to his caregiver.
Look at that.
Gonna push it a little more, maybe.
Oh, stop.
Is it stuck?
We got it. There we go.
You can work for it. Oh my god.
I have a question is how often y'all ever rinse those things?
Do we ever rinse these?
Uh-huh.
I don't think so. They look pretty gross, but
Yeah.
they don't really smell that bad. So that's
Are we still doing any more? Is he down for any more?
this guy. He can take more. There's other options, so
Okay. I mean, I've got 2, but
it doesn't matter.
okay.
There's only 2 others. So
Sorry, I'm trying to multitask.
oh, you're okay. You got everything going.
Ready? Oh, he's like, dude, don't play with my emotions. Good job, buddy.
All
See
right.
the tiger? Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
I hear the bone crush.
Yes, it's so loud.
Alright, buddy, we're all done. You gotta save some for your friends. He's like, what friends?
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Bashir then, his brother, his look-alike. What was his name? That's Dakar.
Oh, look at that.
We're coming over here. If you guys want to stay with me, we'll see all of them, I promise. Bashir is our most destructive cat out of all of them. If you kind of saw off the back porch, maybe, we have a graveyard to the left or the right of the porch. And, yep, and so that's kind of where we take all their toys once they're demolished. So we give Bashir anything. We can give him cement bowling balls. We can give him those big barrels, and he'll just destroy them. He'll chomp the bowling balls.
Okay.
And very destructive. He doesn't make them last very long. Hey, Bashir.
Buddy.
So we can put this out for whoever wants to feed Bashir. So he has one toy. It's way down there. It's 150 pounds, and it's an elephant ball. Wow. He loves it.
Hey, Bashir.
Oh, hey. Here. Oh, sorry. No, you're okay.
There it goes.
He got it.
Good job. Oh, you're good.
It's so long. So he also came from the circus, but even though they're brothers, they can't be housed together because they're males. They'll still fight. Sometimes through the fence they'll get in water gun fights, and it's not a really good water gun fight that you really want to be between.
Yeah.
It smells like butter popcorn.
Not in a good way, though.
He got it.
Yeah, Marlo, come here, buddy. Oh, sorry.
A mom's a mom, I guess, right?
Right. Object permanence is nil.
Does anyone else want to feed him? We also have Ty over there who also will be feed, but he's really hard to get up. So, but if he doesn't get up, we can come back to the car this year. So, we can always come back. Hey, Bashir. Come back.
More? Push, 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 push. All the way?
It's coming.
Okay. You got it. He's like, I'm going to save that one for later. That's okay.
Yeah, they're really spoiled. All right, anyone else? This is Bashir. We like to call him Bash. I guess a little bit information about these guys, the white Bengals. They are actually 100% inbred. So they have a shorter life expectancy than others. They have a lot of disabilities. They'll typically fight throughout their lifespan. Not always, but it's just higher because they're inbred. The natural way to get a white Bengal is taking 2 orange Bengals, and it's a 1 in 100,000 chance you're going to get a white. It's kind of like albinism, but they're not albino. So that's the natural way to get them, but I mean, of course they're gorgeous. They have their brown stripes, white body. Humans thought I want more. With them being so rare, there's so little in the world. So inbreeding started happening, and then more inbreeding, and then the last purebred one was seen in the 1950s. So they're all inbred, lots of problems. We did have one who ended up losing complete mobility in her back legs because her spine fused together from that inbreeding. So not really a good deal. We do still have one. She's in the retirement center, and she's 21, so she's getting in age. So it's really a hit or miss with like the disabilities and everything.
Did these two have any specific? They're good.
Not that we have seen so far. We do have another white who's on a different tour, but she has a ulcer in her eye, and that's from that. So she's been blind for a couple years. But nothing we can physically see happening with these guys yet. So they're doing really good. I believe they're about 12 years old, so they're not like super old, but they're so, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Do you guys have any questions about these guys? We'll go on. See who's next. See who these guys are.
Marlo, come over here, please.
These are going to be your African lions. We have a lot of African lions here.
Hey, Marlo, you want to see the lions? Come on.
So, this is Judah, that's the male, and then Matula here is going to be the female. He's about 15, she's about 12. They're our old married couple. They've been together forever. They came from like a zoo, but it was like a breeding portion of the zoo. So they were trying to get some cubs out of them, but they just didn't want to breed. So they ended up surrendering them to us, and she's spayed. So if they wanted to breed, they couldn't. But Judah here is actually our beta lion. As far from alpha as it gets on the facility. So whenever he tries to carol, usually no one responds to him. Matula might tell him to be quiet, but that's really all you really get out of it. Earlier when they were roaring, he's going to be the last one that's going to keep it going because, I don't know, no one else wants to. But he knows how to open his mouth on command, but I don't know if he's going to want to get up. She also wasn't interested earlier. Okay. Hey Judah. Here. You want anything?
They're walking way over
These two are the most
Saucy?
Yes. They got some sass in them. And they'll let you know. You want something? That's fine. No, I guess. Be like that.
Can you imagine braiding it now?
They don't like to get up. Usually on feeding tours, it's really rare if they'll get up and come over. It's rare if they look at you. So. We got lots of place.
Skis.
What's your problem?
What made them start roaring?
No, we gotta
So usually it's Leo that starts everything, which is our alpha. And so most of the males here are his cubs actually. So this is the only one, the only African lion here that isn't related to them. There's 5 altogether and they're all related. So it's usually him communicating with his cubs and starting it. So that's usually how it gets started, or the other cubs trying to communicate. Which I mean, they're not cubs now, but like they're his kids. So
They already have.
yeah, yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to these guys over here.
Over here.
Which they're aggressive with each other, so they also don't get fed. But that's gonna be Chica. And then her brother up there, that's Chilodi. And then Mabuto is in here somewhere. This cage is really big. It goes all the way down there. So he could be anywhere. Just kind of whoever wants to see it or check it out. Me and Chilodi don't get along, so. He's a little sassy whenever it comes to dinner time.
Marlo, come here, buddy.
Hello. gonna go to Cora. She's pacing right there. The orange Bengal.
I think those lions, they're full.
He can go out there, and then he has all of that over here. Yep, they have a lot of room. It's kind of hard to see what they have.
Everything is done back here.
But if you guys wanted to see, that's Nobuto over there. He looks just like Chilodi. His mane's just a little lighter.
Alright,
I'm gonna squeeze in here.
after she's done, I want her eyes still on her. After she's done, sit up this way, and we're gonna go back on the back side, start back there. Copy.
Cora's one of my personal favorites.
Hi, pretty girl.
Yeah. So Cora's an orange Bengal tiger. She's the only orange that we have. She has a little bit more of a rescue set story. But she was in the cub petting industry. So they're taken from their mom at a really young age. So young they don't get the cholesterol, they're bottle fed. So it just makes the immune system weaker, just like a human baby. If they don't get their mom's cholesterol, their immune system isn't going to be as strong as one that would have that cholesterol. So, immune system's automatically weakened, and then they're put in a small cage, and they're just pet all day. It causes lots of anxiety. And then humans are also full of bacteria, and it can cause lots of disease and everything in these cats, and it just never really ends well with that. So, it's actually over a 90% mortality rate. 10% end up surviving out of the cub petting. So Cora is very lucky to be here. His ears are also clipped, so that's not what orange Bengal ears are supposed to look like. We didn't do that. The previous owners did, so they're usually a little bit more round. But another thing was they also paid to watch these tigers fight for food, so males super solitary. He put 3 or 4 males with Cora and made them fight for their food. When Cora came to us, he was super aggressive with his food, and he's gotten much better. He's been with us for about 9 years, so much progress has been made. He still is a little weird about it. If you're like watching him eat, he gets a little upset. But that's also why he knows how to lay down for his food, is we taught him that because it's a soothing technique. Just to kind of let him know it's okay and like we're not going to take his food.
Was there any logical purpose to why the previous owner clipped the ears?
No, I mean, he's not neutered or anything either, so it just didn't make sense.
Yeah. Why would you do it?
I have no idea. Yeah, we have no idea why they did it. It doesn't really make sense. I don't know if it was like for looks or something.
And I'm like,
but
why? They're amazing.
Yeah.
We did it on the back side of the path too. You can go ahead and let him do that side. So you could.
Has he ever grabbed your tongs?
Nope. No, so far I haven't had a cat take my tongs from me. It's been close though. I like fought with one time. 1, 2, 3, 4. She gets the big pieces because he's my favorite. Here you go.
Chicken again? Do you ever give him like beef or anything?
Yes, so whenever it comes to like their dinner times, they all get fed once a day. But that is a variety. They have beef, they have pork, they have chicken, sometimes turkey if they're lucky. We just do chicken for the feeding just because it's a little bit easier to give them like ground beef or something. But yeah, their meals are completely just a variety. But they also all get a different amount, so we weigh their food. So Charlie, our 700-pound liger, is going to be getting 28 pounds of food in the winter, while one of our cougar boys is going to be getting about 8. So very big difference, just depends on what kind of cat they are and how much they weigh. So, but yes, sometimes for enrichment, we'll throw full turkeys over the fence for them, and they love it, so. She's done. He's done.
Very good.
We'll see Leo here who's asleep. This is actually our alpha. He's serving his purpose here. You want a piece? 15. He's a little different than I don't want to bother you.
Oh. He's a good kid. Aww.
So he has 2 girlfriends. They're out there.
2 girlfriends.
But they're his mates. So he gets 2 mates, most likely because he's alpha. Not to burst any of your guys' bubble, but Scar was the alpha in The Lion King, so just he has that much darker mane, bigger. But basically, alphas determine how much testosterone they have, and the more testosterone they have, the darker and bigger their mane's gonna be. So, obviously, he isn't like full alpha. He's just alpha of the facility of what we have here. So, they came with Judah and Matula over there. They came from the zoo, the breeding park, because they wouldn't breed. So whenever we got these guys, like a decade back, we had to think of ways to prevent them from breeding. We don't want to add to the population. We're a rescue. So we thought about neutering Leo. But whenever you actually neuter these cats, it takes away their testosterone. His mane would fall out. The girls would reject him. It would just overall kind of be bad. And then the girls, we could spay them. It could be a little invasive. It could be a hard healing process. So we opted to just go ahead and start with a vasectomy. They weren't breeding anyway. So gave him the vasectomy. He self-healed himself twice. He proved his point by getting both of his girlfriends pregnant. And I bet no one responds to Judah, because he's our beta. I'll give him a second. Are you gonna go?
Yes.
Nice job.
Did you get it out?
Show's over.
Okay. Yeah, anyways, proved that he could self-heal his vasectomy because he got both of his girlfriends pregnant, both with 4 cubs. April 1st is when Itana decided to give us her first round. Niara gave us 4 more 6 weeks later. Complete accident. When these cats are pregnant, their stomach drops maybe an inch max. You have no idea when they're pregnant. So we had no idea they were coming. Thought the vasectomy worked. But they ended up being really good moms. They took care of them. So their kids are probably our most feral ones we have. So those are actually her cubs that are right behind us. But all of our girls are spayed now in the end. Just the easiest, can't get pregnant if you don't have a uterus. So, yeah, they all healed great. No problems or anything. Do you want another piece of chicken? Do you want another piece?
Putting on a really good.
Niara wants her piece, so we'll see if she'll show you guys her trick that she knows how to do. I know what you gotta do, Niara. You gotta work for it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She can't do that, can she? She might not even get up. You got it.
Yeah. See, baby?
Did you
Are
teach
you trying to get out of your way? What?
Ben,
Did
you
you
want to
teach
come
her
here?
to do that?
I didn't. I don't actually know who taught her that. They showed me that, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever because they're so big. Thank you. So that's Niara. Niara is the one that got a little jealous and decided to give us 4 more cubs 6 weeks after Itana. Itana, do you want a treat? Probably not. Usually what happens is Itana will be eating her dinner right there, and then Niara will come over and push her out of the way and finish it for her. So she's the food hog. You can tell. I think I could give you one more. Since Itana's not getting it. Oh my goodness, my dad. My dad's here. Not as high that time.
She's that girl. Marlo.
Yeah. No more.
You think you're really gonna make me do this?
You guys have any more questions about these guys? We'll go ahead and move on and see what Ty's doing down here.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Marlo, come on.
Are we going back?
Sorry.
You're fine.
Sometimes I scratch things This was like, wait, what are these people doing here? I just woke up.
Super hard to go. Please? I don't know what happened to that. Did it just go back on? Yeah. It might need fixed. Guys, don't lay back down. Okay. Come on. If you want to go ahead and pull back. It looks like you might be coming over here. Load it in there. So, Ty's our Tiger. He's getting angry. It's right there. Go ahead and push it again. Here we go. There we go. He's a little bit newer to the U-feed, so he's still trying to figure the tube out. But yes, to Liger, he's 75% tiger, 25% lion, so a little weird ratio there, but he's a male. And male Liger to Liger, whatever, either or, they're 100% sterile, so he could never reproduce if he ever wanted to. But there's only 9 of these guys in the world, so you can kind of see how he looks more like a tiger, lines, the dots and everything, but he has a little bit of a mane, and that's where the lion's going to come in. But he was rescued from a roadside circus. So, thank you.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Alright, Ty. There's more coming. And this is the last U-feed, so if you have any U-feeds, just finish them off here. You got it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So, oh, it can go, she's back on. It won't stay, but we might have to come back and super glue it. Alright, I'll push it back. So pretty. There's more coming. Be patient.
Little lighter lines.
Stop crying.
And then if it's a male, it has lines and a mane.
Yeah, didn't chew that one. He got it. He just inhaled it.
He's just licking and chewing.
Does anyone have anything else? Any more? Alright, I'm going to put the tube down there. Oh, we need to fix that. Okay. So, yeah, Ty over there, next to the African lions between them. And then he got moved over here, and all he really does is he sleeps or he flirts with this girl over here. So he was in the house next to a girl originally, and then he moved and he got really excited. So he loves to pace up and down, he likes to spray, he wants her, but she has a mate, so it's okay. But he's definitely one of the more pretty tigers, for sure. You know. We can go ahead and move on to Tony and Lily then, since he said he's done.
I see.
So he's looking at her down there.
Uh-huh.
So this is the male, that's the female down there, and he's trying to get her attention. So Lily and then Tony, they're Siberian tigers. This is mom and dad of the two girls that we saw at the very beginning that we'll see again in a second. Lily. I don't know what
He really crushed on her.
I know, he has a really big crush on her.
Oh my god. He wants her attention. She don't even looking at him. Oops, sorry.
Look, you want to see this tiger sleeping? Marla, look. Look at that tiger.
So yes, Siberian tigers. These guys were previously owned by this guy who just had 15 cats in his house, like tigers and lions. He didn't have enclosures or anything. He just kind of had them. So he got busted by the government and forcefully had to take all his cats from him. So we ended up with 3 of them. Tony and Lily are mates, which is kind of an odd thing to see with tigers. They usually hop around a little bit. But whenever she came to us, we thought she was a little overweight, maybe, lose a little bit of weight. So we took her to the retirement center away from Tony, and we monitored her food, her water, and everything. She lost her weight in a record time over there, actually, by giving birth to our 2 cubs. So once again, we had no idea she was pregnant, less than an inch. So came to us pregnant, not something we planned. She's gonna come out and say hi now.
Oh. Beautiful.
Okay, here comes our I love it. Maybe like 4 months, 5 months. Yeah.
You just have to be careful.
Tiger. Nice.
Oi,
Alright,
oi, come on.
She's a girl, so she can't spray as far.
Okay.
You have your phone in your hand.
I literally, you can be watched.
So I mean, you'll see he has about 100, 150 pounds on her, but she's still the bully. She still rules the area. So we think the rejection had to do with her separation anxiety from him, because whenever she came back after giving birth, she ended up being fine and becoming spunky again. Just didn't want some kids, I guess.
You go, I'm like, oh, where did I go? He just ran over himself. I know.
That's what kind of love.
Yeah.
That's kind of love. Huh? Slap around a little bit. Whoa.
That is just such a spray. Yeah, those tigers are like me.
I think you got the baby.
Hey guys. Never pet tigers. Never.
Alright. This one
There's one time I was between the cages down there, like you can go between them, and I was facing the other way, and he ended up spraying my back, like fully charging my back because I was chained right in. It happened. So, yeah, like 5 months.
And if it sprays,
questions about these guys? We'll go ahead and say bye to their kids over here.
토니 잘 지내? 토니, I'll come see you next time. You be good. 축하한다. 잘 토니 토니 아이 잘생겼다. 다음에 오면 꼭 보자. 알았지? 건강을 잘 지내. 아이고 이뻐. 아이고 이뻐라. 토니, 아이, 토니, 아이, 토니, 아이, handsome boy, handsome boy, 토니, 아이, I love you. 간다, 토니. 아, 여기 아기들. 이 아기들이 2살. 2-year-old. 2-year-old. I'm sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.